everybody, and I wanted to do a video on a quick energetic check-in because I'm very much aware that we have been in Pisces season for a week now, and each season that we move into is incredibly different to the one that we leave behind. So before Friday we had been in the Aquarius season. So what that means is the sun is in the sign of Aquarius for a month, and it tends to influence our experience of life in many ways. So let's think about what could that mean for us. Well, Aquarius is an air sign. Air signs are connected to the mind. They have an amazing ability to step back and look at the bigger picture. And Aquarius is very interested in the future. It's very concerned with the tribe, humanity, our community around us. So what you may have noticed when we were traveling through the season, the month of Aquarius, is that you had an ability to take a step back, to look at the bigger picture, that things didn't feel so personal in a way. You may be more orientated towards the future. What are my goals that I want to create? Or you may be more connected to your tribe. You may have wanted to find those like-minded souls that see the world in a similar way. And then when we change gear and change season, as we did on Friday, we move into Pisces. Now, Pisces is completely different to Aquarius. Aquarius is about the mind, Pisces is about the emotions. Pisces is all about the feelings, because Pisces is a water sign. Now, water signs are incredibly sensitive. They pick up on the nuances on life that other elements might not always be aware of. And as a water sign, we would expect on some level the emotions to be involved with this week. So when I've been looking out the window since Friday, there seems to be a lot of rain. There's a lot of water flowing. And I'm also realizing with a lot of clients that I'm seeing is there's a lot of grief being expressed. And so what might have happened during Aquarius is that we've been more mentally connected to our lives. And then suddenly we are in this world of Pisces where the emotions are flowing. So if you are noticing that you're feeling more emotional, more tearful, allow those tears to flow. Tears are the fastest way our body can rid itself of stress in our body. And there was a report done when they actually broke down what was in the tears, and there were a lot of stress hormones. So it's a really fantastic way of clearing grief emotions from our bodies. And if we think about the ruler of Pisces is Neptune. Neptune is god of the waters. So in many ways, we would expect to see more water showing up in our lives. Now, I know that, a lot of people around me are having trouble with water, where it might be something going wrong in the bathroom, or just generally things having an abundance of water. So always look, what is the emotional source? How am I holding my emotions in my life? Are they flowing? Have they got stuck at anywhere in my world? So you also may be just feeling a bit more sensitive, because Pisces is incredibly in tune to people around us. So if ourselves or those that we are in close proximity to, we are likely to be much more aware of what's going on for them, to soak it up in some ways. And Pisces can have troubles with boundaries, because in many ways there is this longing, this yearning to merge with others, to create that lovely oneness with the world. It could often be a case of being a psychic sponge. So we just really want to be aware that this month that we are more sensitive to others, we're more compassionate, we can feel more. So it's a really powerful month to put our boundaries in place, to ensure that our energy system is robust and we're not kind of like letting our essence flow through our fingers in some way. There's also a sense, I know I have it for myself, is that we can feel a little bit more confused when it comes to Pisces, like our thinking might not be as clear, because Pisces is a water sign. It's represented, I've said it's a water sign about 100 times, so I'm sure we get the message. It might be like rolling your eyes, yes, we get it's a water sign. But the representation of Pisces are two fishes, and they're swimming in opposite directions. One fish is swimming towards enlightenment, merging, oneness of the world, and another fish is swimming towards escapism, self-sabotaging behaviours in some way. And if we think about these little fishes representing Pisces energy, they're a sign that don't actually belong on Earth. Fishes' natural habitat is the water. And so we have to understand that in some ways, if we have a strong Pisces energy in our chart, sometimes Earth doesn't always feel like home, or it can feel like a hostile environment in some ways. There can be a longing and a yearning for peace and connection, and it can feel quite brutal, the harsh realities of living here. So I think that's why in many ways escapism is a real key theme that can happen with Pisces. And it's interesting that Neptune is a planet that rules Pisces, and it was founded in 1865. So during that time, there was a big shift going on in the world. It was to do with humanitarian issues in some way. It was when the anaesthetic was first brought in, and pain relief. So in some ways, there is a desire that we are going to feel pain more strongly. And sometimes what we may notice is that we're trying to escape it in some reason. We'll do whatever we need to numb out from the pain of life on earth in some ways. So we just have to have an awareness with this. And if you can, sit in the discomfort rather than escaping it or avoiding it or taking strategies to kind of like swerve it. There's something so incredibly powerful for sitting in our discomfort, allowing it to flow through, and then making a decision, because Pisces has an ability to take us to the highest highs. We can reach those psychic realms very much when Pisces involved, and also when Neptune was found in the latter part of the 19th century. It was also a time in Europe when people were really connecting to the occult world. There were seances and people were conjuring up disincarnate spirits in some ways. So it is very much connected to that Pisces realm, is that the veil is at its thinnest. But we also want to ensure that we can manage our energies. So what I would say, 3 things. If you have any emotions or you're feeling emotions wanting to flow, let them. This is a wonderful time to let waters flow outside, but also inside. Really notice your boundaries, because this is a time where they can get a little bit unstuck in some ways. We can overgive, or we can just feel depleted if we're not looking out for that. And the third thing is, I completely forgotten what the third thing is that I was going to say. Dream. Pisces functions in many ways in the world outside our everyday reality. So again, if we have a strong Pisces element in our chart, if your sun, your moon, your rising sign is Pisces, you're typically going to need a lot more sleep, because that is where we do all our regeneration. That's where we can just like go, ensure that we can keep coping and living in this is kind of like this earth world in many ways. But pay attention to your daydreams. Pay attention to what your dreams are bringing forward. A wonderful time for meditation, for journaling, to connecting to the magical realms, because that is the beauty of this Pisces season. This is the last sign of the zodiac, so in many ways Pisces closes our energetic year. We're getting ready to start a whole new cycle next month, the 23rd of March. So if you can use this time as reflection of closing it in, of listening to your internal world, what do your dreams want you to know, then you're going to spring forward next month with a completely different level of energy, excitement, enthusiasm. But in many ways it's about honouring the season that we're in and appreciating that our energy levels might be lower at this time. We may feel a little bit more discombobulated, a little bit more confused in our minds, just because Pisces works in a different realm and we have access to that. So I'm hoping you're having a wonderful Pisces experience in however that's showing up for you.